Hey, happy Tuesday. Have a question. What legacy do you want to leave your kids, your family, your grandkids? I'm not talking financial legacy. I'm talking about when they talk about you in days to come long after you're gone. When they talk about you and share stories and laugh or cry, what are those stories going to be? What do you share with them about you? I'm not talking you're a good doctor, you're a good nurse, you're a good lawyer, you're a good soldier. That's not what I mean. Those special memories. I once had, and I've told this story many times, I'm sorry, I'm being repetitive. A friend of mine was dying. He was a prominent attorney in San Jose. And John was dying, and we went to see him to say our goodbyes. And I go in, and this was maybe a week before he died. He's in bed with his laptop working on a brief. And his daughter, who was, 6, 7 years old at the time, was downstairs playing. I said, "What the hell are you doing?" "Finishing up a brief." I made sure the work was saved. I closed the laptop and said, "No, honey, she deserves memories of her daddy. I don't want her saying, my daddy was a good lawyer, we had a nice house, and we traveled all over the world on vacation." I want her to be able to tell her kids, my dad and I would sit outside and look at the stars at night, and he would tell me all about the constellations. We would look at the mountains, or we would go to the mountains. Give her that. She deserves that. Hold her in your arms and tell her how much you love her. Read to her at night. And so before I left, they started that tradition of snuggling up in bed, he and his wife, Jen, and their little girl would all pile into bed, and they would take turns reading every night. And they did that every night until he passed. So she has that beautiful memory. Another, my dad. Anybody that knew my dad, the first thing, if you ask them, they would say he was the kindest person they ever met. He was very affluent, but he knew the name of everybody that worked for him. He knew their birthday, their anniversaries, their kid's birthday, who was graduating high school, college, whatever. My mom would be making cakes or cupcakes or birthday cards or whatever, because that was just Dad. He was genuine, and he cared about everybody. He was a good man. I can honestly say he did not practice his faith. He lived his faith. He was just a good guy. And, I remember going to ball games with him. Lots of ball games. But that's something special that he and I shared. There's a lot of cool memories. There's wonderful memories my son has with his grandpa, which was wonderful. What are your memories going to be with your kids? What are you leaving them? What's going to, they're sitting around the table at Thanksgiving, sharing stories and laughing. What are they going to say about you? And it's fine if you're a hero. That's wonderful. But what's that heart connection you have with them? Let them be able to say, Mom or Dad held me on their lap every night and told me how special I was, or they loved me, or they're proud of me, or they helped me with, my homework or baseball or football or whatever. Give them that. And do not even think about telling me, well, my parents didn't do that for me and I turned out okay. The hell you did. Your child deserves better. For each of us, we want better than we had. I don't mean entitlement. Give them you. Just give them your heart. Give them your knowledge and your wisdom and your laughter and stories to share. Think about it, please. Give them memories, please.